Canada drew with Bosnia 1-1. Was it the game that you were expecting to see?
I wasn't expecting Canada to draw.
USA defeated Paraguay 4-1.
4-1. It shows complete dominance.
South Africa got defeated by Mexico 2-0.
Not just a Ghanaian, as an African.
Yeah.
I think the whole continent was it was very interesting.
Lose all your matches and go back to your country.
Yeah.
Thomas Partey of Ghana has been denied a visa to Canada.
I sympathize with him. It's very unfortunate. He has to go through that. Like I earlier on, mentioned, the psychological impact it will have on him personally.
Yeah.
You have your teammates, sailing through, and only you not being given the chance to go with your teammates. The impact it will have on him, I think it will be very huge. But
welcome, viewers. We are day 3 into the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and we have already witnessed 4 out of the 24 games to be played in the first round of the group stage matches. We've seen Mexico defeat South Africa by 2-0. South Korea came from behind to defeat Czech Republic by 2-1. And yesterday, we saw Canada draw with Bosnia 1-1. And the USA were able to triumph over Paraguay 4-1. And today, we've got Donyet in the studios. Coming up, interesting conversations with regards to what we've already seen. Donyet, welcome to Studio ABC.
Yeah, thank you very much, my brother. It's nice to be here again and also to discuss what has happened, over the past 2 days in this tournament. I think it has been exciting so far, interesting results coming up and, looking forward to, wonderful discussion today.
4 games into the 2026 FIFA World Cup, USA defeated Paraguay 4-1. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, for me, personally, I think I wasn't much surprised when I saw, when I was watching the match and, looking at the final scoreline, 4-1. It shows complete dominance of, to be a host nation, it shows that at least they are trying to put up something that they are ready for whatever challenge or whatever attacks that is ahead. So I think it was a good game they had, complete dominance, in terms of possession and, playing the football. They were very good with the ball and, out of possession. So it was a good result from them. And it's going to be challenging going forward. But I think for beginners, it is a good start, for them.
Canada drew with Bosnia 1-1. Was it the game that you were expecting to see?
Yeah. I wasn't expecting Canada to draw. I'm saying that because Bosnia is not no disrespect to them, but comparing them to Canada, I don't think they have what it takes or the experience to beat the Canadian team. But football happens, and
it is football.
Yeah, and it happened with that results. But we shouldn't take anything from Bosnia. We should not forget that they were able to, knock out Italy in the playoffs and also Wales as well to make it to this stage. So they are a formidable team that we've witnessed so far drawing against Canada. It shows that whatever they were doing in the qualifiers, they can extend it into this tournament. But I was very much disappointed with Canada. Because you were host nation, you were playing with, you were co-host nation, you were playing with home support. So you should have put up a show like the way the US did.
Yes.
But unfortunately, you couldn't do that. And probably in their next matches, they should live up to the billing and make sure they do what they need for.
Right. Before we move forward, as a Ghanaian, South Africa got defeated by Mexico 2-0. Was it, was it a result that you were looking forward to, or,
I think not just a Ghanaian, as an African.
Yeah.
I think the whole continent was it was very interesting.
Yeah.
How everybody turned into a Mexican and everybody supporting Mexico. But I have different opinion to that.
Yeah.
for me as an African, I think we should support our own, regardless of whatever differences we have. I think we should support our own. But going into the match itself, I wasn't surprised when Mexico won, regardless of the lack of support from the African side. I think Mexico is a formidable team. They've played together for long. When you look at their last 5 matches, they have good results. And if you remember in 2010 in South Africa, Chabalala scoring a very famous goal, doing a famous dance before the fans. They couldn't win before their own people, in front of their own crowd. But Mexico has been able to do it. And for me, I think it's good start for them as well. And I think for the South Africans, they'll be going back to their home country. Probably they'll be going back.
that it's become a meme on the internet. Everyone says, okay, lose all your matches and go back to your country. But what do you think on South Korea defeating Czech Republic? They came from behind to score 2-1 against their opponent.
Yeah, I think so far all the results coming out, I'm not really surprised. My only surprise is with the Canadian team. Even though Bosnia, as I've already indicated, have proven that they can live up to this billing. South Korea, I wasn't surprised they were able to come from behind and win 2-1. When you look at their previous international games and during the qualifying rounds, they've made good progress. And Czechia, on the other hand, for me, I see to be will not be able to live up to the standards that the South Korean team played. You have Heung-min Son. He has been to series competitions with the South Korean team, and has the experience with them and all that. So it was a very good win for them as well. And I think going forward, they would also look forward to stamp their feet, probably winning the next match again and stamping their feet in the next round of the competition.
Right. Before we take your prediction for match day 3 or the third day of the FIFA World Cup, there are matters arising. The English national team got robbed. Their team bus, to be specific, they got robbed with their training equipment and player boots being stolen. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, this is it's very unfortunate that they're experiencing that at their camp. When some of this is not a major event that's a major event that can be a big issue, but we shouldn't forget how psychologically yes, it can affect the team. You get to realize, your team, your boots, probably it's a special boot for you. I read on BBC Sports that boots of Bellingham and Harry Kane, these were the two they mentioned, has been stolen. So if you get to hear this, the psychological impacts it has on you and all that. But I think police in Kansas are doing their work to ensure that and 2 suspects has been named. We are looking forward that probably anything that has been stolen would be retrieved and the players can get in shape for this tournament, because England is a team to look out for. So if you are suddenly being hit by this kind of development, it's very, very, very unfortunate, and we look forward that it is quickly resolved and matters brought to order.
Right. Yeah, but isn't it interesting that a lot of interesting things are happening to the teams in Group L of the 2026 FIFA World Cup? Because we've also heard it in the news that Thomas Partey of Ghana has been denied a visa to Canada to partake in their opening game against Panama. Is this something that you feel that is going to affect Thomas Partey himself and the entire team, or is it something that we could just ignore at this point?
No, my brother, I don't think it's something we can ignore. We can't. And as you mentioned, I don't know if there is an omen on the Group L or there is something that is happening, because you have the English team being robbed, and the Ghanaian national team also facing such issue. For Thomas Partey, for me, I sympathize with him. is very unfortunate. He has to go through that. Like I earlier on, mentioned the psychological impact it will have on him personally.
Yeah.
You have your teammates, sailing through, and only you not being given the chance to go with your teammates. The impact it will have on him, I think it will be very huge. But we are hoping that everything gets resolved. The Ghana Football Association has assured that they've gotten in touch with the Canadian immigration, and probably communication and letters are being exchanged.
Yeah.
So we see that there is a resolve in the matter. FIFA, clearly
issued a letter to distance themselves from the unfortunate incident.
Yeah.
I mean, this is something that has happened before, perhaps maybe not in football, but of course we've seen athletes being denied visas to travel to certain countries. And sometimes we shouldn't approach such issues with emotions. Yes, I understand that it is very unfortunate, but they may also equally have a valid reason not to issue, not Thomas Partey in particular, but anybody that they feel that, there could be some unfortunate, thing happening. Who knows? I mean, at this point, it's very, very unclear why they denied him. They've pointed out the fact that their rules states it clearly that anybody who has the potential to commit any sort of crime, they do not allow such person into their country. But I have a strong belief that the issue goes beyond that. It's probably pertaining to something more than what we've been told so far. So we hope this doesn't affect the Ghanaian national team. We know a lot of people aren't rating the Ghanaian national team, but we Ghanaians, we have, hopes. We have hopes in the national team, and we expect them to put some sort of display. So we wish them all the best, and we hope that this doesn't affect them psychologically, and hopefully they are able to turn things around, and then we get the results that we all expect from them. But quickly, we've got a couple of matches coming up on match day 3 or third day of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. We've got Qatar against Switzerland. What is your prediction?
I'm someone who really doesn't want to do with prediction. 2-1, 2-0. But for me, when you look at Qatar, and you look at Switzerland, these are two good national teams, play, good football. But in terms of experience, I think the Swiss, have it. For instance, you have, Granit Xhaka, Akanji, playing at elite football, having elite experience, gone to 1 or 2 finals, and playing good football. And for the Qatar national team, they don't have much experience with this World Cup. I don't really expect much from them. I don't see them dominating. I don't see them making anything other than a draw. But for the Swiss national team, much is expected from them, in terms
and they have the quality to deliver. So
yes, in terms of the quality, as you mentioned, they have it and they are supposed to deliver. So I am definitely tipping Switzerland to win. And I say that because they've only played just one match in the entire in the entire history of the two nations, and it was in 2018, very far from now. So it is very hard to tell. But if you can only look at the Swiss national team, their previous matches, if they've probably, drawn 2 and won 1 of their last 3 games, which shows dominance. But if you look at the Qatar national team, no wins in the last 5 or 6 games, proving that.
Yes, it should be an easy win for Switzerland.
Yeah, an easy win for Switzerland.
We've got Brazil and Morocco coming up tonight as well. Depending on where you are watching us from. For our part of the world, the game is tonight, and very interesting game. A lot of people have got their eyes on this particular match. Brazil has a lot of fans in Africa, and Morocco being an African nation. So there is going to be, a divide in the number of fans that each team gets tonight. What are your predictions, or what are you looking forward to see in that particular game?
Yeah, to take it from where you just ended, their national team captain Hakimi was like, Morocco is being known as the African Brazil. So it's like real Brazil and African Brazil is playing today. It is going to be a very exciting match. This is one match I'm really looking forward to, because when you look at this Brazilian national team, I early on indicated how now they are playing under Ancelotti.
Yeah.
If you look at how you could see the
There's
gelling,
coherence, the team chemistry is there.
Exactly.
Unlike under their previous manager.
Yes, if you see, the gelling among themselves, how they want to play for the badge.
Yeah.
It tells you that they are really up to something, and they really mean this World Cup to the high level.
Yeah.
With Morocco, we all know what Morocco did in the previous tournaments. Very, minute opportunity for them to get into the finals.
Yeah.
So it also shows the kind of experience they've gathered over the years, and how going into this match, it is going to play out. It's going to play out.
Yeah.
These two teams have just met twice, and I think both have won. Both has won
once,
over the other, and both teams have good records over the
previous matches that they've played so far.
Yes, previous matches that they've played so far. Brazil winning 3 out of 5 of his last previous matches, with Morocco also winning 3 out of his previous 5 matches. So in terms of how they are going to play, how prepared they are, I think we cannot take it from the two of them.
Yeah.
But for me, I see this to be a very tough game, and I wouldn't be surprised if this match comes out as a draw.
A draw.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to think otherwise, because I think yes, Morocco has got the squad. They have the experience, but the Brazil national team, I think they are playing a different game altogether under Ancelotti. And I would expect them to at least put up some sort of display. Defensive-wise, I think Brazil has got it because they have 2 finalists, Gabriel and then Marquinhos. So I would rather like to think that it's going to be very difficult for Morocco to penetrate through the defense of the Brazilian national team. So my prediction is 1-0 in favor of Brazil, or 2-0. Because yes, Brazil, they've got the defense, and let's not also forget that they've got all the attacking midfielders and the strikers to get the job done for them. So yes, a difficult game it would be, but I think at the end of the 90th minute, Brazil will come out as the winner of the game.
I think I strongly agree with you with how the Brazil national team is playing now. The gelling and the coherence among them, the squad they have now, the squad depth. I think in almost every position they have as good as a better player to play. But I also don't want to take it from the African Brazilians, as they call themselves. Yes, because they've also gotten into the semis of the previous tournaments. They've gathered experience. So playing against, and you have players in the team like Hakimi, who has been playing very well with PSG this season.
Their goalkeeper Bono,
very good one. A very good goalkeeper as well.
Now they have Brahim Diaz, who is a first timer.
Yes,
very good player.
Yes, So if you put all this into perspective, it is not going to be an easy game for Brazil.
No, not at all.
Not at all. Yeah. So probably the best that can come out of this game could be a draw,
right,
for both teams.
Yeah, and I think that is going to turn out as one of the most difficult groups in terms of who is going to emerge as the overall winner of the group, because Morocco has got it, Brazil has also got it, and it's going to be a real tangle between the two teams that we have. A tough match it will be, but like I said already, I think Brazil will be able to carry the day at the end of the 90th minute.
Okay.
So viewers, if you have any predictions, let us know that in the comments, and we thank you for joining us today on Studio ABC. We will see you in the next one.